No, the quality is quite shit.
On the back of it.
What do you mean, all the dirt?
All your dirt from your... See, that's more the louding, Michael, isn't it?
Yeah, can we have a bit of a strip back, Michael, please?
And the sucky sweets and all that. So, Kathleen, how are you today? You're good, you are.
I am, I'm brilliant.
How's your arse?
Michael?
Your arse, is it good? It's
What do you
fresh
mean,
and
my
tight and
arse?
supple and taut.
Oh.
Just I'm telling you drop 5 pence off that and it'll take your eye out. Tight, I'm telling you. You like that, Kathleen, trying to get the goodness of it. So what are you doing today, Kathleen?
I'm in the car with you, Michael. I thought we were going for a spin.
We are. Spin down to the docks for a bit of...
For a bit of what?
welly banging. Do you know when the wellies do clatter?
What does that even mean?
Welly clattering. Like the gays do with... It's not gay if you're wearing Wellington boots, Kathleen.
What
That's
does that even mean?
They say it on the interwebs. That no homo.
Yeah.
It means you're not gay. Are you gay, Kathleen? You are.
I'm not gay, Michael.
Do you know who people on the internet, Kathleen, say I remind them of?
Who?
You know Jordan Peterson's?
Who's Jordan
The
Peterson?
psychologist fella. He does be on all the videos to... If men want a better outcome for themselves, men want to start behaving like we can't live in the world
You look like you're having a fit.
without men. Men do most of the jobs, and women pick up the pieces in the man. So if I was Farmer Michael, Kathleen, but I was also Jordan Peterson, it'd be like, so Kathleen, you can't. I'm Jordan Peterson, Michael Peterson, Kathleen, and I'm also Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, you sound like...
He's the psychologist fella, Kathleen. He's on the internet and all the videos, and all the people love him.
Michael, you just called yourself Farmer Michael. Do you actually call yourself Farmer Michael?
Yeah, it's Farmer Michael Goggins. See,
Why?
many people don't know that that's my surname, but that's the name my father gave to me. He bought it of John Comerford when he was 6. John Comerford was the turnip salesman, Kathleen.
Yeah.
And he came from one of them foreign countries like England or one of them countries. And he came over to Roscommon when I was young, and he met my father. And he had 3 shiny golden turnips, Kathleen. And my father said to him, what's your name? And he goes, I'm John Comerford Goggins. And he said, that's a lovely name, my father says, Kathleen.
It's a beautiful
Because
name.
my father didn't have a surname. He was born a Protestant, and then the Protestants don't have surnames. So he
always
said
the
to him, will you listen,
Protestants.
Kathleen, it's happened. So my father's name was Bernard. And they'd say, Bernard who? And he'd go, Bernard. And they go, Bernard. And he'd go, no, Bernard's son, Bernard. And he'd go, Bernard's son. No, Bernard, you fucking... So he had no surname anyway, Kathleen, is the point I'm making. So he bought the surname of John Comerford Goggins for 3 shiny turnips. And he became Bernard Goggins. And that's how I got my surname.
That's an awful intro. But you call yourself Farmer Michael.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like I call you cunt Kathleen.
Wow. I was getting to the thing, so like, is this like how you announce yourself to everybody? Like, Sir Steve O'Timothy, you're going as Farmer Michael Goggins.
Who the fuck is Sir Steve O'Timothy? Sounds like some fella that needs to be taken out and shot, I'll tell you that. Sir. Who would call themselves a sir? He's not Irish anyway, I'd say, Kathleen.
He is Irish.
He's definitely a prog, Kathleen.
I don't think so.
He has to be with a name like that, Kathleen. I'd take him out, Kathleen, with an AK, with the IRAs, and I'd shoot him, Kathleen, in the legs and make him never walk again. I'd say he'd hate that, the cunt.
He can't walk.
Because someone shot him, Kathleen, because he's a Protestant. He should not be using the name Sir. Sir is only for people in the British Empire, Kathleen, Tans, like Sir Jimmy Savile and people like that.
Oh, God. Why did you have to bring up Jimmy Savile?
What's
for?
wrong with him, Kathleen? He done a lot for the charity.
With him?
Why? What happened, Kathleen? The last thing I heard, he died, and he had a big funeral.
Did you see the Netflix documentary, Michael?
No, I don't watch porn, Kathleen. I
think you should watch
He was
it.
friends with Maggie Thatcher and the British establishment,
I say
Kathleen.
he was more than
and the
friends with Maggie
Queen.
Thatcher.
The Queen and himself used to be hugging Kathleen and dancing at the crossroads.
Watch the documentary, Michael. That's all I'm going to say.
Is it on Pornhub?
It is, yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's on
sweet.
Netflix.
What's that, Kathleen? Sounds like a kind of a drug.
No, it's a subscription. You
I
can
went
watch-
out to the nightclub the last day, Kathleen, and I met John and Martin, and they had a bag of cocaine and 3 grams of Netflix.
No, I don't think it was Netflix.
I sniffed it, Kathleen, and I sniffed it good.
I bet you did.
There wasn't a nasal hair left in me nose, Kathleen. And by Jesus was I off my tits. At one stage I was going to make love to Leo Varadkar. That's how bad I was on the crawl, Kathleen. I wanted to... Do you know what a cram is, Kathleen?
Explain it to me.
You know, a man has a cram,
Like,
and a woman has a craw. And you slide your cram into her craw. But a woman also has a back craw, Kathleen.
what?
So you can enter into the front craw or the back craw.
Oh my
With your
god.
cram, Kathleen. A cram and a craw.
Oh my god.
How are you, Kathleen?
I'm a bit scared at the moment. I'm a bit worried.
Wouldn't be the first
Why
time I
am
give you a scare.
married?
Because you had nothing else going on in your life, you cunt. You had to marry. So what would a single woman do in this world, Kathleen?
A lot, Mikey.
Nothing. Women can't do anything by themselves,
Women
Kathleen.
can
They
have
need a...
careers now, you know.
Who'd hire a woman? Should she be getting pregnant and leaving work, Kathleen? Why would you hire a woman? And then she'd be perioding all over the place, Kathleen, and blood. You can't have bloody women around the place, Kathleen. And I mean that metaphorically and
But women
literally.
can multitask. Men can only do one thing at a time.
I
So
can do
women
2 things at a time, Kathleen. I can have a wank and hold the laptop. Is that not multitasking?
You can't do that in work.
I've done it in the park, Kathleen.
Should you really be saying that right now?
Are you scared?
No, but
And tell me more things that women can do that men can't.
what do you mean?
What can women do that men can't?
Women can do anything a man can do.
And I can do anything a man can do when I'm a man. So if I can do anything that a man can do when I'm a man, and I'm a man that can do more things than a woman, then a regular man can do more things than a woman than a man can.
Actually, after confusing me altogether.
Men can do a lot of things, Kathleen. You said that women can do more things than a man can, but I'm a man,
No.
and I can do more things than the average man, so the average
Women-
man can do more things because I'm a man than a woman can.
Can you breathe?
So there. I need a slug of that coffee, Kathleen.
Oh, coffee.
McDonald's Cafe. From McCafe. The treat that Farmer Michael uses to reinvigorate and re-energize between takes of the video. Huh?
That would have been better now if you didn't stutter a little bit.
I only stutter, Kathleen, because your beauty offends my good senses.
Okay.
How are them cons? Keep walking, you hippies.
You can't say that, Mikey.
They're hippies, Kathleen. Look at the hair on them. Next they'd be tying it up in a fucking man
That
bun or
was two
something.
women. That was like a mother and daughter.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Kathleen, they look like men.
Oh my
Is that
God,
what's passing for women
Mikey.
these days?
My
Fucking hell, Kathleen. I'd say this is the longest video we've ever done, and that's some sort of record.
8 minutes.
And I wouldn't be adverse to records about the longest length of things, Kathleen.
Would you not? Well, I know you're not on about your length.
You're a cunt, Kathleen. And I hope you die a horrible death in a fireball.
No, you don't.
Do you know what I'm going to do one of the days, Kathleen? I'm going to go up to a fast speed, like 30 miles an hour or something like that. And I'm going to open the door, Kathleen. And you're going to fall out of the car. And do you know what I'm going to do?
Go on.
Many men now keep going, Kathleen, and let your warden cut. Oh, you tell me. Many men, Kathleen, that keep going and let your warden cut. Fucking interrupting the sketch. Many men that keep going, Kathleen, and they'd leave your warden used up corpse on the side of the road. But I wouldn't, Kathleen. I'd go a bit like that. And then I'd see that the corpse is on the road, and I'd fucking look her, and then fucking back into sport mode again, and then I'd be over your corpse, and back again, and
Will you
and
stop?
I'd be fucking back over your brains like that, Kathleen, and that's what I'd do to you, and I'd leave you good and proper sore.
Would you?
I'd leave you sore, Kathleen, in more ways than one. I'd love a boat, Kathleen, and go out in the sea,
Would you?
and drown myself so I'll never have to look at your
I was
cunt of a
about
face
to say
again.
you can't swim. I'd push you overboard.
I don't need to swim. We've boats. I can't fly either, but we take planes. Up. Why, Max? Coming across the nation. And the future of a night sensation. Do you like Galway, Kathleen?
I love Galway.
Did you ever hear of the place called Longford?
What's Longford?
Exactly, Kathleen. People do be saying the last day on the interwebs that I have an obsession with Longford. But how can you have an obsession with a place that doesn't exist? That's like having an obsession with Jesus or something. But the people on the internet, Kathleen, are getting awful angry and they're saying, visit Longford, come up to Longford. How? Where? Where do I go? Where's the motorway from Galway to Longford, Kathleen? Google that shit and tell me. It doesn't exist because Longford doesn't exist. And if I ever find myself in Longford, Kathleen, I will cut ties to this earth and I will leave.
Well, do you know something, Michael? I am going to Google it and I'm going to book us into a hotel in Longford.
You can't, Kathleen. Longford was created to scare children at bed. I remember my mother saying it when I used to be trying to take off my nappy and smear the wall with shit. She go, the men from Longford, young Michael, the men from Longford are going to come down and take you, and they'll take you away to Longford. And if you went down to Longford, you never came back. Now, I think, personally speaking, it was a conspiracy theory, Kathleen, made up by the Limerick Tourism Board to scare fat Yanks with money to go to Longford.
Yeah, but Michael,
go to Leitrim instead.
Who would want to take you, though?
The Longford people, Kathleen. Did you not hear the story I told of yore? The story of yore times with me mother and me father of yore. A tale of innocent childhood adolescence and playing in the garden with the dog next door who I used to hit, Kathleen.
Why would you do that? You can't do
because I was a bow little child, Kathleen. I remember one time I tied two cats' tails together and fucked them over the telegraph pole.
I don't think you should be saying that.
It's only fun. I regularly donate now to the Galway Society for the animals that don't want to be tied up. Charity.
I don't think that's what it's called.
It is. It's the GSPC CTDT Brigade.
Did you just make that up? Yeah.
I don't make things up, Kathleen.
No?
No. Sure, people are saying now, Kathleen, that I may be of a bending man persuasion, Kathleen. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I do like to look at their bums, Kathleen. I'll admit it.
Well,
I'm as red-blooded as the next George Michael or Elton John, Kathleen. I'm a man's man like them. But now I will look at a man's posterior if he's walking past, but I wouldn't enter it, Kathleen.
There's many times you have gone out with the lads, as you say, and you never come home. And when you do, sometimes you walk a little bit funny. So
that's because I'm visiting prostitute. I mean, Kathleen, that's because I do be staying over on the couch, Kathleen.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, with my man's friends, Julian and Lance. Lance and Julian. You know Lance with the purple hair that wears...
The Benton man, Lance.
He's not, he's a man's man. And Julian with the high heels.
No, I think he likes men. He's not a man's man.
No, he just likes to dress like it, Kathleen, with a dress.
Yeah.
A dress, and he takes it off, Kathleen. And he do dance for me. And it does...
And
it gets me going, Kathleen, but I'm not... I like the women. I like a good, long, hard vagine, Kathleen.
I think we need to talk about this, Michael.
I'm not a confusion, Kathleen. I know what I want. And that's a good, strong, 6'3" woman that can protect me with a hard vagine, Kathleen. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyways, I'm not a bending man, Kathleen. I'm not an entertaining man. I'm not a singing man. I'm a man's man. Like Bruce Jenner.
Well, I don't know. You do like to sing.
Sometimes, Kathleen. Come out, cheap black and tans. Come out and... Armoured cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the man behind the wire. I'm a man's man like Bruce Jenner, Kathleen. You know him?
He's Caitlyn Jenner now.
No, he's Bruce Jenner, Kathleen. The Olympics man. The sports man. The heroic man. He's a businessman. An entrepreneurial man.
She is not a man anymore. She is now Caitlyn. With a C, not a K, as C.
She's going out with a man called Caitlyn, is it?
No, Bruce Jenner went through the change, is the nice way of saying it, and is now a lady. Not a man, not a lady boy, a lady.
She went through the change. He had a man's period, is it, Kathleen? Sure, I had one of them one time.
No,
I had a pile, Kathleen,
Michael.
and I got the tampon and the blood.
Michael, she's had that part removed. She has a vagine.
Oh, he had an accident, Kathleen, with his testicles.
No.
And he had to get them off. And the
No.
remaining scar looks like a
Michael,
vagina.
Bruce never felt like a man. Bruce always felt like
I never
a woman.
feel like a man, Kathleen. I feel women.
No, like...
And the more
inside.
surprised they are, the better.
No, Michael, this is going nowhere. I don't think you understand.
You're going nowhere, Kathleen, with an attitude. We're on the road to nowhere. Fuck off away.
Actually, talking about Caitlyn Jenner, do you hear about the stepdaughter, Kimberly?
Kimberly Mikado.
No, Kimberly Kardashian.
Oh, the Kardashians. Do you know that they are Irish originally, Kathleen?
Oh, God.
No, they are. Hear me out. Do you know the name in Irish, the word Corja? It means friends. And Sheen, like Martin Sheen. Their surname was Corja Sheen.
They're Armenian.
Friends of the they're Albanian, Kathleen.
Armenian.
They're all the fucking one old system of a downers. Do you know the system out there from Albania as well, Kathleen?
No.
What's their song again? Eating seeds as a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, New! What are you on the world? Howdy on disorder! New! Somewhere between this...
Are you okay?
Going great. But the Kardashians, they're Irish, Kathleen, but they're tanned Irish. Because they wear the fake tan, Kathleen.
Anyway.
They were born in
Anyway.
Cavan.
So, Kim has now passed the bar and is a lawyer.
She is a good liar, Kathleen.
Lawyer.
If she made you believe that, she's a fucking good liar, Kathleen. I tell you, she hasn't a brain cell in her brain. She's
one. She's actually quite intelligent, and she's not with Kanye anymore.
Who's Kanye?
Kanye
West. Like a lump of shit. Oh, your man.
Your man.
That does things like this, Kathleen. I'll show you Kanye West now. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Ding.
Kanye West, anyway, walks around with like his slippers and socks. You know, he has like this weird style.
Do you ever see the state of them Yeezy things? I wouldn't put them on a crippled dog, Kathleen. If the dog, you know, the dogs need shoes, they don't. But I wouldn't put them on the hind legs of a dog. They look like pajama slippers and they're about 800,000 euros. They should be ashamed of themselves, Kathleen.
She's left him now, anyway. She's going out with a comedian. What kind of, like, why would you go out with a comedian?
You'd want to be daft in the head, Kathleen, and I'll tell you. What's the comedian's name?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. Like Harley Davidson, is it?
No.
No.
And
what's he known for, Kathleen?
He's on SNL, Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Snell!
His dad actually died in the 9/11.
Well, that's gas, Kathleen. That's gas. He is a comedian. So that's hilarious, Kathleen.
No, what's funny about that? It was 9/11.
Oh, I thought it was a joke, Kathleen. Jesus,
no,
you told me the man is a
funny
comedian.
man.
Well, maybe he set it up. That's the conspiracy, Kathleen.
Oh my
Never
God.
mind that it was the American government. Pete Davidson planned 9/11 so he could get his father killed, so he could tell jokes, and then go on to go out with Kim Davidson or whatever her name
He was literally a child when that happened, Michael, so I don't think that happened that way.
Children are smart, Kathleen. You're not giving them enough credit for the brains they have. They are smart. He set that up. God forbid him. Pete Davidson's, I'm on to you, and I know your stylistics. And you'd want to step back and build those towers again.
And build those towers again.
Yes, build them straight up. Oh, look at that fella now there. He's like Oasis or one of them.
With the bucket hat.
Today's going to be the day when they throw it out back to you. By now, should somehow realise that I got to poo. I don't believe in anybody. Feels the way I do about the loo. And all the lights that light the way are blinding. And all the tans that line the way are dying.
Brilliant.
There are many things I'd like to shoot at you. R.I.P. the Queen. I said maybe the Ra's gonna be the one that saves me. And after all,
Michael,
where is Fionn McCall? What?
Did you hear about, was it Cristiano Ronaldo, the football player?
Did you see that, Kathleen, after the Everton game?
Did you see what he
Everton,
done?
firstly, Everton bet Man United. They destroyed them, Kathleen. I think it was 8-0, but it was actually 1-0. But he got fucking angry, Kathleen. And the kids still be looking up to this Portugueser. But the young fella, he was only 3 months old, I think, Kathleen. He was playing with his iPhone. And he was in the buggy pram. And Ronaldo came up with his sexiness. I know you fancy him, Kathleen, and I'll murder.
Well, he's a good-looking man. He is a good-looking man. I think you're over-exaggerating the whole child. Now, the child wasn't 3 months old.
He was. He's known for beating children, Kathleen. Or donating money for them, either way. But he was coming off, Kathleen. And the kid was there with his gold-encrusted iPhone going, go, hello, Ronaldo. And he just goes, I don't know how Portuguese people... And he bet him, Kathleen. He bet that he did. He gave him the studs into the face like Eric Cantona at that time with the seagulls.
Out of his hand,
passing the
nasty bruise.
The seagulls after the fishing boat. No, he kicked him in the mouth, Kathleen.
Michael,
the young fella's jaws at the back of his head now. So he sounds even more scout.
Now, in fairness, I don't agree that what he done with the poor child, but I would be angry if Everton beat me. Just putting it out there. If Everton beat me, I would be angry
Kathleen,
too.
I warned you before. And I won't warn you again.
Michael, put the knife away.
I don't care what you say about Everton. But don't speak bad about Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm getting confused.
You are
I'm doing a confusion, Kathleen. Cristiano Ronaldo, he was angry, Kathleen, and he beat a child. He punched him in the face.
He didn't punch him in the face,
brain.
Michael. He slapped the phone
broke his
out of
spine.
his hand.
And then he shoved the phone up his own.
Michael, he didn't do that. He slapped the phone out of his hand. He left a nasty bruise. I don't agree with it, but he was angry. Everton beat him. That is shameful, Michael.
There's the new chant now for Everton, Kathleen.
Go on.
How will we go? How will we go? Fuck off Ronaldo. Fuck off Ronaldo.
Did you just make that
Everyone thinks that he's quiet and mild, but he will assault a tiny child. Everything he does to the bone. But make sure you don't record him on your phone, because he's Ronaldo. Ronaldo.
Will you ever do that?
He's Ronaldo. What?
Would you ever slap a phone out of someone's hand?
No, why would I do that, Kathleen?
I don't know, just
there's no need for it, Kathleen. Anger is not the solution, Kathleen. I've never got angry.
You.
When did I ever get angry, Kathleen?
You always get angry. If Everton loses, you punch your windscreen and put a... Look at that. Look at that. That was anger, Michael.
That was over you, Kathleen. It wasn't nothing to do with football. I get...
Over me?
Yes.
How was that over me?
Everton are the Blues, Kathleen, and they play ball, so blue balls, and I had blue balls.
And that's why you done that?
Yes. I was testing the strength, Kathleen, of the windscreen shield. I wanted to test how firm it was.
Well, it wasn't that firm, was it?
Well, I was lucky I didn't use your head, Kathleen, to tell you the truth. I was in the mood that day.
Okay. What are you doing? Is that your temper coming out?
Have you ever seen a Chinaman, Kathleen?
A Chinaman?
I like the Chinese, Kathleen. I know I said it many times now, but I do like the Chinese. They're a good, firm, honest people.
Okay.
They go about their business. They keep their heads down. They make your food. and they deliver it out.
I don't think all Chinese people do that.
They do. That's their job.
No, Michael.
They wake up when they're born, Kathleen. They do make chicken bar
No, Michael.
and Szechuan sauce, Kathleen. You know this is Szechuan sauce and Hyzen sauce.
No, Michael. That's not all they do.
I like the Chinese though, Kathleen, and I know you're a bit of a racist, and I know you dislike.
I'm racist.
Yes, you
I'm
hate all the
far from
racists, Kathleen.
racist.
I just hate everyone except for the Chinese. I've good time for the Chinese, Kathleen.
What about the Portuguese?
No, fuck them.
What about the Russians?
Fuck them too.
What about the Germans?
Fuck them.
What about the French?
What
What about the Italians? Aussies?
No, they're dimwits, Kathleen, all the Australians.
New Zealand?
They can't say vowel sounds, Kathleen. They go out the bacon on the dick.
What about the Americans?
They watch a lot of videos, Kathleen, so I can't offend them fat cunts.
And what about the Brits? That's a tough one.
I love the Protestants, Kathleen. They're some of my favourite people. I do not have any Republican tendencies, and let's forget all the past about the history of subjugation, famines, destroying our culture, destroying our native language, destroying everything, and continued subjugation up the north. I love the Protestants as long as they come to see us in Derry and Belfast in May. Protestants are the best.
Michael, how many times did you rehearse that?
None, Kathleen. I'm speaking from the heart as a proud man that wants the past to be forgotten and it never to come back again, Kathleen.
Okay.
Because I love Protestants, Kathleen, and the Derry Jews. Love the Derry Jews as well.
And Michael, we are going to be on tour soon.
We are, Kathleen. We're going to Derry and Belfast.
We are.
And Dundalk.
Dundalk.
Like Chicago, you have to put an R in it. And we're going to Navan.
No.
And we're going to, where? Galway.
Our hometown.
And we're not going to Longford, because you can't, because it doesn't exist.
Are you looking forward to it?
I'm not, Kathleen.
Why?
I'm only doing it because you're dragging me around the country, forcing me on stage.
Well, I think it's only nice that you give back.
I give nothing back to cunts. Go away with a lot of them, let them get their own jobs. I sit at home and you record me half the time making a cunt to me, Kathleen.
Why wouldn't
And then
I,
dragging me up on
Michael?
the
You're
stage
so funny.
like a performing fucking monkey. Say the funny things. Oh, do the funny thing. Shout Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen, you shout young Christopher. Fuck the lot of ye. And you too.
Michael, that's not nice.
My throat is awful sore, Kathleen. This has gone on long enough. I can't.